Germans have been at the helm of innovation ever since. And that's why I am here to talk about a German watchmaker who started his journey just a few decades ago. Willy Berg started POINTtec in 1987 to manufacture watches. In fact, he established a few brands like the Maximilian München, Junkers, and later on establishing Zeppelin in 2002. If you look closely at the logo, you'll find that that's a Zeppelin. But what's a Zeppelin? Well, that's a cigar-shaped airship which was actually made by a retired German army officer called Ferdinand von Graf Zeppelin in 1900. Zeppelin was all the rage back in the 1900s. Zeppelin was a major mode of transport for transatlantic flights that used to happen from Germany to US and back. In fact, two of the most famous airships that were used were the Graf Zeppelin, which was made in 1928, and then it was the Hindenburg, which started its journey in 1936. So I have gotten a tribute here to the original Graf Zeppelin airship in the form of LZ-127 Zeppelin automatic watch. Let's have a look at it and see what the buzz is all about. But before moving forward, let's all appreciate the effort that goes in making these videos. So kindly subscribe so that I can get more such videos for you guys. So if you look at the dial, we have a case size of 40 mm, a lug-to-lug width of 45.5 mm, and a thickness of 12 mm only. The case and the case back as well is stainless steel. The dial, as you can see, is a good chocolatey brown color with an open heart skeleton window at 7 o'clock and a small seconds dial at 5 o'clock. You also have the Zeppelin airship logo below the 12 o'clock position. Now, if you glance from the top, what we got here is a K1 mineral glass crystal, which is nothing but a heat-treated mineral glass, which is harder than mineral but softer than sapphire. Well, inside the dial, you got sword hands filled with lume, and the lume is pretty good. The numerals and the indices also come with a night glow. Pretty nicely done dial overall, with the presence of a decently sized crown, which is easy to use, very smooth in running. The heart of the watch that you can see here is an automatic Miyota 82S5 movement with a power reserve of a good 42 hours and an accuracy of -20 to +40 seconds a day with a 21 jewel setup, which is quite decent. A meager water resistance of 50 meters is not even worth discussing. This one will hop on your wrist in a brown leather strap and is very comfortable to wear. 3 years of solid abuse and the strap doesn't seem to give up at all. In fact, once I dropped this watch and the case back went flying open, but it seemed to work perfectly well and it still works perfectly now. I mean, with the kind of wear and tear that it has gone through, I am really impressed with this watch. Now, there are a few variations in the LZ-127 Graf. In the skeleton model, you have 3 colors, while you have certain other colors in the regular version, which is not the skeletonized version. Hence, the prices vary from 25,000 rupees and goes upwards of 30,000 rupees, and with certain discounts, you can get it at a good price. So, which watches do we pit this against? Well, there are a few good watches in my mind, but according to me, the reigning champion is the Seiko 5 Sports, which comes in this particular price segment and is a wonderful watch to buy and wear daily. The second option could be in the form of Citizen Toyosa, but you would have to spend a few extra grands on that one. Another good watch is the Tissot PRX in the quartz version, which is what you will get in this price range. They again have plenty of colors to choose from. Then you could also go for the Bulova Aerojet, which I actually got a chance to review recently, and I was actually impressed with that watch. But with customs, that price could go up than your budget. Even after decades, Indian consumers have been awestruck by the Titan Edge, which somehow never got me going. But I think that's worth mentioning, right? And then how can you forget the Japanese? Orient makes some really good watches, and you have their Bambino series if you want to buy a good dress watch. If you want to buy a diver, you could go for the Orient Kamasu or any other models, but they are slightly more expensive. Then you also have a few good micro brands in the form of Spinnaker, Boulder Supply Company that you can check out. Plus, I've also done a reel where I covered 5 micro brands that you can buy for in this price segment. Do check that out as well. What you got to understand here is that Zeppelin has a license to kill with its looks. With its Bauhaus design, a domed crystal, and a contemporary style with the perfect dress watch look, this one is definitely hard to miss, especially with its performance that I have seen in the last 3 years. While the most logical choices come in the form of a Tissot, a Seiko, a Citizen, or an Orient, Zeppelin has been able to turn the buyers who were buying fashion brands towards its success. Also, the German engineering is one of the most sought after luxuries in India, and this one will phase you too. This particular brand gives a very tough beating to all its competitors because the price also plays its part and they've priced it really well. So, did this not so old watch brand, which does not date back to the prehistoric times of watchmaking, catch your attention? If yes, do give this watch a try because you will not regret it. So, the choice is yours. What are you wearing today?